I remember when I first started attending the meetings, people were there ahead of time. Some of them, some, did come late, but the meetings started within a few minutes, several people, and many of them on a regular basis, and slowly, I guess obstacles are coming in their way.
With the accent that Fiza Aziz said, what role you want to give to me. So with that accent, the best role is the grammarian.
Are you sure about it?
Word master is Toastmaster Rafaz Mubin, so we'll see if he joins us or not.
I'll take up the role if she's not available.
Just to let you know that the word of the day is TBD. So see if you can
DVD?
use that whenever you speak.
To be decided.
To be decided.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's a contest season. I've not seen any notice about any area contest in District 122, but in other districts, the contests have started. For example, I'm division director. I have 5 areas. So all 5 areas are holding their contest this coming Saturday. And since some areas don't have too many contestants, so we've combined 2 of areas in one contest, another 2 areas in second contest and third. So it'll be 3 contests covering 5 area contests. And then within the 2 area combined contests will still be separate. It's just that you just have the same helpers and role players, facilitators leading, but the contest will still be separate. And then tonight I'm conducting contestant and her role players briefing to cover all 5 areas. We'll be doing the drawing. So instead of doing it during the meeting or during the contest, we do it in advance at least. Recommendation is at least 1 day, 2 days. So we are doing it actually 3 days before the contest so that the agenda can be finalized and placed on the district website.
And
then
funny,
you may have seen the notice of Friday. We're doing the judges training, District 122.
Yes.
DTM Sarfraz, I just wanted something to ask to you about judging, but I think Fiza is asking something. Let her ask you, then I'll call. Yeah, Fiza?
Yeah, 2 questions. First, I want to ask about when is the area contest, sir? Because of course, I heard that like Latif Bhai and Fahim Bhai, they both won. So I want to know when is it? And the second, I want to suggest the word of the day.
Okay, I guess I'll let somebody from the District 122 answer, because as far as I know, the dates have not been set. Area director sets.
No,
I'm used to being a member of districts where 3-4 months ahead of time, all the dates are selected and finalized and placed on the district website area. So I'll send you a link sometimes that you can see all our area dates, division and district, all the way district dates have already been set and location has already been set. So unfortunately, the method of holding contests is different in District 122. Each area, decides when they'll do or when they cannot do. And then you said you wanted to be the word grammarian. So we'll see when we get going. If our word master is not available, then maybe you can fill in. But very likely she should be here. She may be running late, but she has been one of our regular meeting attendees the past few meetings.
Fiza, there is a noise at your background. It is better you.
Oh yeah, I'm at university, sir. So
So
excuse for that. I'll
mute
mute my mic.
when you have to speak. Okay, otherwise keep it mute.
And the funny thing is that we are five participants in the meeting, and none of us are role holders except for DTM Sarfraz. Yeah.
His team already.
Yes. Apart from that,
Sarfraz
none
sahab,
of us have role. Yeah.
Sarfraz sahab, I wanted to ask one question.
Sure. Ji.
The judges training,
Ji.
is it compulsory for every level of contest, or it is optional, or what is the rule of training?
No, there is no rule. Now districts have. The Toastmaster, has requirements of who can judge at different levels of the competition, but there's no requirement for training. Now, when I first joined Toastmasters 30 years ago, 2 years after joining Toastmasters, the person who was Lieutenant Governor of Education Training, now we call them Program Quality Director, PQD, asked me to be the district chief judge. Now, District 122 does not have a district chief judge. So in most districts like District 25 and 50, there's a district chief judge, and that person is responsible for holding training or having a list of trained judges. So there's no requirement to attend training. Now in our districts here, in order to judge, they require that you attend training at least once every 3 years, so that you keep up with the changes in the speech contest rules. And it's recommended, hey, judges attend training so they have some idea, what judging is and what judging is not. Like you may have seen the notice about the training that was posted yesterday in District 122. It mentioned evaluation, and that's technically that's not correct. Judging is not the same as evaluation. They're two different. So you do not evaluate when you're judging the contest. When I first started Toastmasters, judges were actually recognized, they were named. Then came along the ruling that judges should remain anonymous, but they were not announced. But towards the end of the contest, before the results were announced, they would ask the judges to please stand and be recognized. This is when we were holding in person contest. Then the role has been changed. I guess a lot of times people get upset. Hey, why was somebody judged? That person must have had bias against me and did not, praise me, or why did not. So Toastmasters now says judges must remain anonymous. But if it is an in-person contest, you may notice, unless you give a judging ballot to every attendee, so they all are marking. If the only judges are using the ballot, you can easily tell who the judges are. Now, for example, in our district contest, if in person, when the last speaker finishes speaking, the ballot counters walk around the room collecting ballots. So the the judges are asked to complete the ballot, sign it, and then fold it and hold it up like this, and ballot counter. So there's no need to say they're anonymous, because everyone knows who the judge is when you walk around and collect a ballot from them. Now, online, it works differently. Online, if the judge is online, you don't know if they're judge or not. And now I know in some contests in District 122, judges has to, rename themselves using some fancy name. There's no need to do that, because if you're attending, people don't know. Only way people will find out if you're a judge if there's a protest, and then all the judges are taken to a breakout room. Then you can say who left the main room, and you can say, okay, there must be judges. So back to your question, there's no requirement to attend judges training.
The way you were saying about remaining unknown to people, I have seen that in online, sometimes the judges were before start of meeting, they were asked to rename themselves as Judge 1, Judge 2, Judge 3. And so when they enter into the room, their name appears as Judge 1, Judge 2, and then nobody knows who that person is.
Yeah, that's right. Because in some contests they say, yeah, you don't have to change the name. But if I'm attending a contest of a club where I am not a member and I don't regularly attend the meetings, chances are people will know I must be one of the judges. Otherwise, why would I be, attending that contest? So there's an advantage by renaming yourself. If you say J1, J2, then people don't know. And as long as you leave. Now, if the judge is going to rename them, it's better to do it before they actually join the main room. Because I've noticed where people join with their name and then after they joined and, oh, hello, welcome, something, and then they change the name. So then the ones that are online, you can see how this is J1 is so-and-so. So you have the option of changing the name and then join the meeting. So DTM Irfan Farooqi, you attend meetings of several clubs. What have you noticed? What makes a club successful or not too successful? What are some of the things that clubs are doing in District 122?
I think areas where people are more interested is the format where people feel that club is matured and where they feel that there is some value of spending time in a meeting. For instance, there are some clubs which have a very open atmosphere and involve everybody, and then everybody enjoys being a part of the club. One World Club, they involve everybody. After one or two, they involve everybody, question somebody, appreciate somebody, and they would ask, "Oh, Fla, Miss Fla, Mr. X, Mr. Y, what is your opinion about this thing?" So everybody feels involved. So there are some clubs, and then there is a maturity. The reason why I try to attend KTC meeting is the level of maturity. Although I am feeling that for last a few, of 1 month, 2 months, probably the level is not the same that it used to be in KTC. But otherwise, speech level, evaluation level, there is no delay in the meetings. Tones are very professional. To me, this is the reason why I joined this club, because I feel it's more professional club. In another club, for instance, in our own Centurion club, we have two clubs, Century and Centurion. So in Centurion, most of the people who are there, they are already very good friends of one another. And sometimes it becomes difficult to ask them not to be too funny in the meeting, but they are laughing in the meeting. Sometimes they taunt one another. That's not indecent taunt, but slight taunt. Everybody enjoys, everybody laughs. So people try to come into our Centurion meeting because they feel they are relaxed there. It is a good time they are spending. In my opinion, I would say that the clubs that engage the people are more successful. Now, how you engage, that's something different, but the way you engage is good. Now, I would say example of CA Toastmasters Karachi, very professional, but they lack the system of presenting their meeting online. They have only one laptop fixed on the table, and when speaker is speaking, for online audience, it is very difficult to understand what's going on over there. And then when they communicate with each other, they simply talk, they laugh, so online, I am online, I don't understand what they are saying. Why are they laughing? What happened? So for instance, the person asks, who said this? So somebody gives the answer and they say, yes, yes. Online audience is not understanding what's going on over there. So their club is very mature. I have attended their physical meetings, very mature club, but not tuned to deliver for the online audience. So many times when I join, I don't continue for the full speech. And for instance, I attended this meeting, CA Toastmasters latest meeting. Nobody recognized me. I am there. Nobody welcomed me. Nobody looked at the screen because they had only one laptop that is fixed on the stage. Nobody is looking at the laptop. Who is your guest over there? So I don't want to be entertained when I don't want to be introduced or welcomed. But this is a gap. So maturity is one thing, but involvement is the most important thing. If a club involves the people, people feel that they should attend that meeting.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree. To give you an example, maybe 1.5 or 2 years ago, one of the local clubs here, there's meeting in person, but they also said we'll have hybrid meetings. The club is not large, but I decided to appear as a guest speaker. And only one person was online, and there were about 5 or 6 persons attending the in-person meeting. There were 3 females. They all were sitting in different places, and when third one, I guess there were 2 there. When the third one came in, they moved all to one side and they chit-chatted among themselves, the 3 of them. And when the meeting started, they were having problems. This was in an office building. It was after office hours, after 5 p.m. And there was no Wi-Fi. So they tried to use their iPhones and it wasn't working too good, even though it was just one person. So all they needed was to have the president come and attend in person and not worry. Several minutes after the meeting should have started, another meeting attendee came online and they said, "Oh, you're the one that has the tablet that has, with good Wi-Fi. You need to come in person. You can't be online because we are having Wi-Fi problems." She said, "Okay." She was 30 minutes away. So we waited 30 minutes for her to show up and then for her to log on and to have the meeting. I gave my speech. One person evaluated. I left. No one talked to me. Said, "Hey, thank you for coming. We were glad to have you. We look forward to you coming back sometime." So I've never been back since that time. So I agree with what you said. How you treat people, how you make them feel when they come, whether they are non-Toastmaster guests or they are Toastmaster guests. That's what brings people back when you pay attention to them, why they're there. If they're an experienced person, you can benefit from their knowledge. If it's a new person, you can add something to their knowledge. But when it's a close-knit club where few people know each other and they chit-chat and they don't pay attention to anyone else who's attending, that's when the club does not get new members. Guests arrive and the guests leave without joining. And then they wonder, hey, why can't we get members? Okay, we do not have any non-Toastmaster guests. So I'm not going to go over the history of Toastmasters International. And you have already seen posts about 2 Toastmasters that we've lost recently. And DTM Talha, I think, will be giving a speech on that subject. So I won't make any comments, but it is so sad. And I find it strange that when DTM Talha posted about Toastmaster Raju, many people have been posting what a great person he was, how great he was, what a good Toastmaster he was. Oh, I've heard so many speeches. And I was wondering if the news was different, if he was still with us, and the post simply said, "Come to KTC meeting. DTM Raju will be one of our speakers." I wonder how many of our members or how many Toastmasters of District 122 would have attended KTC meetings so that they can say, "Hey, he's great. We don't want to miss his speech." So it's very unfortunate that we value the person after they're gone. Sometimes we don't pay attention to them while they're still living with us. That's why every now and then I hear someone mention that don't wait till they're gone to tell them that you love them. Tell them that you love them while they're still living, while they can enjoy and feel good about how you feel about them. We have with us Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, who is evaluating my speech. So before I move into the regular meeting, introducing the helpers and going to the prepared speeches section, the theme is obstacles. And what are obstacles? They are challenges, the hurdles and roadblocks that we encounter in our lives, sometimes in our daily lives. They come in all shapes and sizes, from the smallest inconvenience to the biggest setback. But no matter what form they take, obstacles have one thing in common. They test us. How we do when we face obstacles, what we do, how do we fare when we face obstacles. They test our resolve, our resilience, our determination. Many times it's not easy to do something that you have set out because there are obstacles. But have you noticed water in the river? When the water faces or comes across a big rock, a boulder, it does not stop. It doesn't say, okay, there's an obstacle, I'm going back. No, it will find a way. It'll go over, under, around. And if there's no way to go around, over, under, it will keep striking until the boulder separates so that it can go through. So it's obvious we will face obstacles, but how we face them and what we do is also important. We have the power within us to overcome any obstacle. And now I turn the control of the meeting to our Toastmaster of the day, and that's myself. I'm going to introduce our role plays, our board master and grammarian Toastmaster Rafat Mubin. She's not with us. So Toastmaster Fiza, did you want to take that role?
Okay, sir, I'll take it.
So please explain briefly your role as a grammarian and also as a word master.
Sir, grammarian, basically, I'm going to look out for your words that are said properly and all the spellings and the pronunciation also.
Thank you. And you have the word of?
Yeah.
What's the word?
It's ecstasy.
Ecstasy? Okay. ECSTAC?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Ecstasy.
you, sir.
Okay. Our timer was supposed to be DTM Talha bin Hamid. DTM Saad Shoaib. Can you be the timer until DTM Talha arrives?
Yes, sir. I can be the part-time timer, the
Okay.
part-time timer. Wow,
Oh, okay.
the irony.
Okay.
And we have DTM Tala with us.
Okay. How is it right? Oh, welcome.
Just on time.
Welcome, DTM Talha.
Thank you so much, sir.
You are the timer, so please briefly explain your duties as the timer.
Sir, my role as timer, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So everyone, first of all, apologies for the delay. As timer, my role will be to keep tabs on the speeches and the table topics and the evaluations, as well as overall timing of the meeting. For example, if a project is of 5 to 7 minutes, I will show the green card at 5 minutes, yellow at 7 minutes, and red, which looks something like this, at the maximum time. Similarly, for table topics, 1 minute, 1.5, and 2. For evaluation, 2, 2.5, and 3. There's a project of 8 to 10 minutes today, so it will be 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and 10 minutes. Every time you see the red color, it means that you have 30 seconds to wind up your presentation. Otherwise, you'll be disqualified from voting. And no chance of getting away with it, because perhaps I will also be the vote function today. So over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Talal. And I don't see we have our counter. So DTM Farooq, Irfan Farooqi, would you like to be the R counter? Please explain briefly the duties of the R counter.
Thank you very much. The role of the R counter is to evaluate how many filler words were used by people. I have seen excellent R counting reports from contours. They are marvelous in the reports, but unfortunately, I'll try to be as vigilant as possible. But I would be observing when people are using filler words like so, so that, I think, I like these. And I will be the only person who will be exempted from the count of hours, because nobody would be telling me how many hours I used. Otherwise, I will be observing hours of everybody. Back to you, sir.
Thank you, appreciate it. And we will forego our joke master. Fellow Toastmasters, the theme, as I mentioned earlier, is obstacles.
Can I go with my jokes?
Yeah, you want, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Toastmaster Iba.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, why are elevator jokes so good? Why are elevator jokes so good? They work on many levels. Did you hear about the polite clown? Did you hear about the polite clown? It was a nice gesture. Why did the leaf go to the doctor? Why did the leaf go to the doctor? It had a bad fall. Why did the belt get arrested? Why did the belt get arrested? It held up a pair of pants. I'm skeptical of anyone who tells me they do yoga every day. I'm skeptical of anyone who tells me they do yoga every day. That's a bit of a stretch. And the last one, I just got kicked out of a secret cooking society. I just got kicked out of a secret cooking society. I spilled the beans. Over to you, DTM Sarfaraz.
Thank you, Toastmaster Iba Rais Khan. Obstacles. Originally, I thought I was going to give a speech on obstacles, focusing on why our members do not attend meetings. But based on what has happened, we have lost 2 Toastmasters recently. I changed my mind. I don't feel appropriate to talk about our membership or obstacles we face. And so instead, I'll be giving a speech that I gave several months ago at KTC meeting on obstacles within an obstacle race. So we are now in the first segment of our meeting, prepared speeches. The first speaker is DTM Sarfraz Nazir, and evaluating his speech, please welcome Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Just wanted to know, so your title will be Obstacles
Yes.
Behind the Race, or it's
No,
only obstacles?
Just obstacles.
Just obstacles. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished audience, this is the level 1 of many pathways what DTM Sarfraz have started and finished. So this is the pathway he is embarking on presentation mastery. This will be his first speech for the project 2, evaluation and feedback. So it's a third project for that first level. Purpose statement of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback on the second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Just for the new members in this our club, or joining now, or thinking to join,
Yes.
this makes us very much confident about how to receive feedback. Basically, whatever the feedback we are receiving on our speech, how to improve in further for the next speech. This project is all about that. Timer, please note, speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Distinguished Toastmaster, Sarfraz Nazir. Obstacles. Obstacles, DTM Sarfraz Nazir. Good luck.
I'm not ready to start. Toastmaster Faiza, I received your call, but with your background noise, I was not unable to understand what you were saying. You can.
Sir, I want to say something. Can I change the word of the day, please? Can I change the word of the day? Sir, it's epiphany. Epiphany. Epiphany.
Epiphany.
Okay.
So, did everyone get the word of the day? Originally, she selected was ecstasy, and she's changed that to.
No.
You're changing it now. That's right. You want to say something about the word, or you can just simply put it in the.
I'll put it there.
Okay,
I'll put it there, sir.
I say DTM Talha has already put it in there.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, it was our school's annual sports day. At the time, I was in the 8th class. I had advanced to the finals in the obstacle race. Before the race began, 8 students stood at the starting line. We were getting ready, just like Olympic athletes, loosening up, shaking their hands, moving, walking around, getting ready for the race. This was an obstacle race in which we had to cross through several obstacles before getting to the finish line. The prizes were trophies for the first and second place, even though first, second, and third place winners stood on the podium for recognition. Parents and teachers and students were cheering on, and when the teacher said, "On your mark, get set, go," we took off. The first stop was a pile of tennis shoes, our shoes. We had to find our own shoes, put them on, and then run. The second obstacle was bicycles. Teachers were holding bicycles. We had to crawl through the frame of the bicycle, ouch, and then run. The third obstacle was a bench, just a few inches above the ground. We had to drop down on the ground, crawl under the bench, and come out the other side, just like an army soldier crawls on the ground and then run. The next obstacle was a table. On the top of the table was the teacher's desk. Our objective was to jump up onto the table, then jump onto the desk, then jump off, hopefully without breaking our legs, and then run again. So when I got to the table, I jumped up and got on the table, and I could look over the desk. There was no one ahead of me. This meant that I was in the lead at that moment. Now, what I had to do was to jump from the table onto the desk. And I did try to jump, but I couldn't. I tried again. I tried a few times. I was unable to jump from the table onto the desk. Why? There was another boy behind me. He was holding on to my shirt and he wouldn't let go. He was trying to get on top of the table, but he wanted to make sure that I don't go ahead of him. So he was holding on to me. And while he was holding on to me and I was struggling to get myself free, two other boys came. They jumped on the table on the side. They didn't even bother to jump on the desk since I was in the middle trying to get on that desk. They just went around and hopped off and took off. So finally, after struggling for a while, I was able to free myself. I jumped on the desk, jumped off, and ran. The last obstacle was sack, potato sack. We had to put it on and then hop, 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 all the way to the finish line. And as I crossed the finish line, I knew I had not won. The two boys who jumped on the table and went around, they took first and second place. I came in third. And the boy who was holding my shirt, he came in fourth. Now you will say, hey, those two boys took first and second place. They did not jump on top of the desk. Hey, this was a school sporting event. It was not the Olympics. Rules were not enforced, so they took first, second place. So I stood on the podium, got recognized. Yay! But trophies were only for first and second. So I went home empty-handed. Did I? Fellow Toastmasters, I didn't have a trophy in my hand, but I left with three important lessons. Lesson number one, as we go through life, we will face obstacles and we will have to learn how to overcome those obstacles. Life is full of obstacles. Lesson number two, as we go through life, there's always going to be someone who's trying to pull you back, hold you back, keep you from going forward, keep you from climbing the ladder of success. And you will have to put up with people like that. You will have to face them. And that lesson number three, trophies and awards are not important. What's important is the lessons that you learn. Fellow Toastmasters, I learned these three important lessons. What about you when you face obstacles? What do you do? Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Karim Maghani. And his speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ritik Kumar. Toastmaster Kumar, please tell us the objectives of Toastmaster Maghani's speech.
Did you receive the evaluation, Kumar? Yeah.
Hello. No, I did not. Toastmaster Kareem.
Okay. Maybe for an exceptionally, I can tell my objectives myself.
Sure.
Okay. Just one second.
Toastmaster Kareem?
Yeah. I'll be doing my dynamic leadership level 5. Okay. And my purpose of my purpose statement for my speeches today is lead in any situation. So the purpose of this project is for the member to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer or other organization. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience as a leader or the impact of the 360-degree evaluation.
Thank you. Toastmaster
DTM
Kareem?
sir,
Yes.
I think send the evaluation to you if you can kindly put it on the chat box maybe. So
Okay. Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
Toastmaster
I'm
Kareem?
actually sending it. Sorry, I'm actually sending it to Ritik right now. So just give me a few seconds.
Okay, thank you.
And once again, apologies. Actually, I was on the road while the project. I received the details.
Yes.
Last.
So Toastmaster Kareem Aghani is following the dynamic leadership pathway. This is his level 5 speech, lead in any situation. So let us know, DTM, when you send version form.
Also, please remove the spotlight from DTM Sarfraz.
Thank you.
Yeah, just give me a second. Yeah. So okay. So
length will be 8 to 10 minutes. Huh?
Yeah. So I'm just downloading it right now. Wait.
You want me?
I'm sending it to voting. Ritik, you should have it in your WhatsApp. Have you received it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. And go to the background.
Toastmaster Kareem Aghani.
In 2021, October, at the COVID time, that was a time I was being introduced to be a Toastmaster. And one of the dear friend who is sitting right now in this house, who encouraged me to become a Toastmasters. When I became the Toastmaster, I didn't know about this club. I never knew that I can be a leader in this club. But once I was being introduced, I knew that I will be a leader one day in this club. Fellow Toastmasters, dear guest, today I would like to talk about that particular leadership experience with Toastmasters. When I joined as a Toastmaster, the first thing I remember that how many people play how many roles, and that all roles are a leadership position roles. Small roles which every meeting have. You have been timer, you are a grammarian. These are not leadership roles, but these are leadership roles if you understand it, because it gives you that kind of responsibility that you need to give feedback according to the situation of the meeting. And leadership is about to take responsibility. So initially, I took a lot of roles. I remember to be in Toastmaster, I've been a timer, the grammarian, our counter, Toastmaster of the day, table topic master. And whenever I took the role, I always felt that I was growing step by step. Because whenever I take the roles, the responsibility increase. And it gives me so much satisfaction once I fulfill that role particularly well. But then the stage came that the senior leadership of Toastmasters, it's available for you. And there is a very interesting format in Toastmasters in all over the world, that when you become a Toastmaster and you are running a club, you can be a president, you can be a vice president marketing, you can be a vice president education, you can be a vice president of something else. And that time, your inside will tell you, are you ready that now you can lead a club? Since October 2021, I was being leader for Toastmaster for at least 4 occasions. Couple of times in Karachi Toastmasters and another 2 times in the Toastmaster Club in Madagascar, which I joined after joining Karachi Toastmaster Club. When I start working, I was really motivated, enthusiastic. But when I start working, I knew how much responsibility each role takes. And it was very hard for me to manage myself with each role. There was a time last year in 2023, I was being leader of 2 clubs. One was vice president marketing, and on the other side, vice president education on another club. Trust me, it was not easy. When I started the level 5 of these different pathways, and especially for this pathway, this came the 360-degree evaluation of your leadership style. I supposed to give this 360-degree form to different people to identify that what was my leadership style, what was I was doing right, what I was doing wrong. You know what was the result? The result was that still I have to work. I need to do a lot of work. I need to improve my leadership style. At some level of vice president education, I was trying to encourage Toastmasters to take roles, to manage meeting, to define agenda. But still, I was not inspiring them. And that came from some of the honest feedback from some of the members who wrote that evaluation. They said that, Kareem, maybe you are doing too much direction. You are instructing them that, take this role, do these speeches. Leadership can be supportive. Leadership can be collaborative. Leadership can be a team trying to achieve something. And when I received this feedback, it was very hard for me at the first level. But after, when I realized, and I did that evaluation myself, I found that, it was a one step going up for me, that now I am reflecting on my own abilities. Eventually, I ran for a president campaign in my club in Madagascar. And you know, in Toastmaster meetings, when you are doing elections, there is proper election. You need to take votes. And you know, it was a very tight contest. I was 40% of the votes, and the other guy, the other gentleman, my friend, my colleague, he got 60%. And he became president. When he became president, again I went to that 360 degree. Why I was not able to get enough votes? I know it's not a political position. He is my friend. He is my team member. I need to support him. But as a human, when you receive any kind of feedback, it's a reflection to yourself. And as a leader, and I think it's very important that we all go back to the drawing board and ask yourself, if you are a leader, what is I am doing right and what I am doing wrong. This whole leadership experience with my professional life and being a Toastmaster, it was quite heavy for me. And today I'm accepting that, you know, that after that election, eventually I said to myself, Kareem, you need to take a break. I participated. Maybe you guys, you all my team members, you know that from last 6 months, I'm not active. I was really active 4 pathways in 1.5 years. And last 6 months, just reflection. Going back to the drawing board. And today is the day when I decided that now I'm ready because I want to be inspired through Toastmasters. I can contribute. And last 6 months, what I did only one thing. Going back to the drawing board. What I was doing wrong, what I was doing right, how I can improve, how I can move forward. These elections, these competition is just part of the game. You've been a Toastmaster, you are inspiring people. Your people are listening to your speeches, giving you feedback. And we all need to go do that. Now I'm more focused on my pathways. Tell you honestly, now I'm reading my project in detail. Not preparing every week one speech, but every 3 weeks one speech. Maybe my pathway will be finished in 6 months, but I will be ready. I'll be learning more. And next time, if I become a leader, I'm ready that I will implement these all learnings which I got from this feedback. And I am preparing for the future. Not for me only, for the people who are listening to me. The leaders who wants to be leaders in Toastmasters. And also, I'll be working on my youth Toastmaster project, where I'll be working with the youth to inspire them to be Toastmasters. That's me. You all can have your own reflection. But I'm telling you from my example, go back to the drawing board if you are a Toastmaster from last 1 year or 2 years. I know you will learn a lot. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kareem. Speech. Toastmaster Fahim Razak, did you see the message from DTM Talha?
He's pretending to ignore it.
And also
no, now that you've mentioned, yes. TM Fahim, would you evaluate my speech? And that is from who? Sorry, that is from TP. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then After we started the meeting, DTM Mirfan Faruqi volunteered to be the ARC counter. So he.
Okay.
But
So
I had
and then,
actually
okay,
I had actually asked for a timer, but our counter is okay also.
okay.
yes.
You
So,
can time this particular speech, so you can have the best of both worlds.
Actually, I have changed my laptop, so
Oh, okay.
in that laptop I had the backgrounds, color backgrounds. The one
Oh,
I'm using is of my daughter. It doesn't have those backgrounds.
okay.
okay.
Then I can time myself, no worries. I just put up the timer here, and we should be good to go.
Okay, thank you. Our
Yeah.
third and final speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Evaluating his speech, please welcome Toastmaster Fahim Razak.
Sorry, I forgot to ask, what is your, there's a sheet there on WhatsApp, is it? DTM Talha?
I've just sent it to you.
Got it.
Writing a speech with purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Very unique project. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you DTM Talha bin Hamid for his speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to write a speech and present a speech to the club members and guests. DTM Talha, what is the title of your speech, please?
Actually, I tweaked the title a little bit. It is The Portrait of a Tortured Soul.
Okay, the portrait of
And
a
you also
tortured soul.
Yeah.
you have to also mention what you have to also mention what is the purpose of your speech.
Purpose. Yeah.
Yes, I thought I did, or maybe I went.
No, actually, it's a
for...
speaker. It's a speaker who has to state the purpose. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so over to you, DTM Talha.
Yeah, sure.
DTM Talha, what is the purpose then? You still did not mention the purpose of your speech.
Yeah, so the purpose is very simple. The purpose is to reflect on the legacy of DTM Raghunath Raju, who passed away yesterday. Is that clear? Is that clear? Toastmaster Fahim?
Yeah, I can see you and hear you very clearly. Yes.
Yeah, I stated the purpose. Could you hear it?
Oh, no, sorry, I couldn't.
Yeah, so the purpose is. Yeah, the purpose is to reflect on the life and legacy of DTM Raghu. That's the purpose.
Okay, done.
Yeah. The alarm today, as it has always, rang at 7 a.m. And as always, my first instinct was to realize that I still have 10 minutes more. So let's turn it off. But then, in order to turn off the alarm, I had to pick up the phone. And when I picked up the phone, it showed a notification. DTM Cynthia stopped. And I thought to myself, oh God, not again. Why? Because unfortunately, the club of which I'm a treasurer, Leaders Worldwide, happens to have the most toxic executive committee on the face of the planet. I challenge everyone. It can outpoison anyone and anything. And I thought to myself that once again, someone has said something and I'm supposed to listen and then respond. It's too early in the morning. Oh God. But then I saw the message. What happened to DTM Raghu? And I was curious. Because till day before yesterday, I was talking with him. And I secretly hope that maybe he's just ill, because the language of the message suggested that something happened to him. Then I opened WhatsApp proper, and there were no less than 55 messages on various groups. WhatsApp, the glue of our lives and the harbinger of doom. There are some habits that you just can't get rid of. And looking at WhatsApp is one of them. And today it was filled with condolence messages. I couldn't believe my eyes. There were at least 35 personal messages to me asking about what happened to DTM Raghu. And that actually resulted in an epiphany for me. But DTM Raghu was as close to me as any close friend. And that's why people were asking about him from me. Because his involvement with Karachi Toastmasters Club, with our district, is a secret that is an open secret. But then I realized, epiphany number 2, he had that relationship with hundreds of people around the world. They were also as close to him as a close friend. And I know it's very cliche to praise a dead person to high heaven. We do it all the time. But very rarely do we mean each and every word. And today I ran out of words. I ran out of sentences to convey the sheer shock and the magnitude of the loss that we have all suffered. DTM Raghu, why do I call him a tortured soul? Because he was so honest and transparent. He never hid his feelings. He posted some messages on several WhatsApp groups that were deeply personal. And like all sensitive people, he suffered at the hands of those closest to him. And that's why he sought solace elsewhere. And in District 122, he found it. So much so that he even ran for a trio position last year. And his interviews were the best of the bunch. The only reason he was not nominated was that the committee had reservations about his ability to honor his commitments due to his location outside Pakistan. But I was so honored and thrilled, because had he been nominated or ran from the floor and elected, he would not have been a diversity hire. He would not be someone who we were propping up just because he's of a different faith than most of us and he belongs to a different country. Absolutely not. He was like a close friend to all of us. Most of us knew him intimately. And we knew him because he shared his troubles, his challenges, without any reservations. And that was one of his best qualities. When he talked to you, you knew you were talking to DTM Raghu, unfiltered. There were no pretenses, no conjecture, nothing assumed, and nothing withheld. Several times he shared with me and a lot of other Toastmasters the troubles and the disagreements that we was having in his home district. Now, I'm not in a position to assess who was in the right. Very rarely in such disputes, anyone is right. There is some degree of wrong at both sides. But I knew one thing. He was the embodiment of never giving up. Every few weeks, he formed a new club. Every few weeks, he referred another speaker to Karachi Toastmasters. The last one being as recent as Toastmaster Pala Srinivas a couple of weeks ago. He could not attend the meetings himself, but he was there in spirit almost. Even during the meetings, we could see his messages. And he did everything with a superior purpose. And that is why he's also one of the habits that we can't get rid of. Even though he's gone, but perhaps he'll never be gone. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. That concludes our first segment, the prepared speeches. We'll now be moving on into our second segment, the table topics. And I just had an epiphany that according to the agenda, we are behind schedule or schedule. So I will introduce our Toastmaster, table topics master, and ask him to select a few members and guests to participate in the table topics session. And I think we don't have with us our table topics evaluator. Toastmaster Augustine, would you like to be the table topics evaluator?
Perhaps we can ask Toastmaster Rafat Mubin.
Toastmaster Rafat,
she was,
yeah. Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, are you available? Toastmaster Rafat?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to be the table topics evaluator?
Yes, sir. I.
Okay. Thank you. Please welcome our table topics master for today's meeting, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, all the way from Kuwait. Toastmaster Latif. Toastmaster Latif. While we're waiting on him.
You forgot the standard operating procedure. You're supposed to say, where is Latif? 3 times, and he will magically appear.
Okay. It is my understanding that all 3 speakers qualified on time. So our ballot counter will be floating the votes for the best speaker. Where in the world is Toastmaster Latif? There's a game, the where in the world is Carmen San Diego. So where is Toastmaster Latif? Okay, so with Toastmaster Limoon, are you with? So TTM Tala, I'm going to start the tabletop session until Toastmaster Latif arrives.
Yes, DTM Sarfraz, I'm here.
Okay, good. I'm going to let you be the first tabletop speaker.
Yeah, sure.
Tell us an obstacle you have faced in your life and how you overcame it. Tell us about an obstacle that you have faced in your life and how did you overcome it? Any obstacle.
Okay, thank you very much.
Toastmaster Limon.
Yeah, thank you very much. There are, I think every person has a lot of obstacles in his life, and everyone has its own ways to face the obstacles. For me, I have a lot of obstacles in my life, starting from my journey from the Tharparkar town in Tharparkar. When I got the educations, I tried my best to get the #1 position, as all the students always try to get the positions. But whenever I didn't get the position, I always try to overcome this through different attentions, like trying to get the attention my sports so that I can get the trophy, so that I can entertain myself that I got the job. Similarly, when I came to Hyderabad, the very first obstacle that I faced was I have to cook the meals for myself instead of getting the attention to the educations. So it was very challenging, because at my hometown I was a very persons like who take everything from my mom. So I tried very hard. I put the efforts to get myself prepared mentally, and now I'm a very good cook. So that was the obstacles that I faced. And then when I moved to US, I'm sharing you the story. At the very first day when I got the scholarship as a Fulbright scholar in the Boston, after the second day when I tested, I got the corona positive in 2021. So I was called by the helpline from the US healthcare, and they asked me, you have to shift to the isolation. It was a great challenge for me, because I was very new, no have any non-persons for me. So I shifted there in the isolations, and I tried to read the books, get my attention towards the other things like entertaining, watching movies, reading books, and trying to get the attentions to the things like, so that I can get engaged and busy. I did my exercise, work through, and so on. So in this way, I basically overcome the challenges. Thank you very much. Over to you, DTM Sarfraz.
Thank you, Toastmaster Limon, for your response. Since we do not have any non-Toastmaster guests, I did not go into details of what a table topic session is, which is, helping us improve our impromptu speaking abilities. And please remember the time is 1 to 2 minutes. And the word of the day is epiphany. Epiphany. So Toastmaster Augustine, are you available to participate in table topics?
Sir, I would like to pass.
Did you like to pass on?
Yes.
Okay.
Every time when Augustine is requested, he passes on. So I say that today he should speak.
Did you hear that, Toastmaster Augustine?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So the topic for you is to overcome obstacles and to push through when the going gets tough. The answer lies in our mindset. To overcome obstacles and to push through when the going gets tough. The answer lies in our mindset. Do you agree or disagree, and why?
I agree with this. Why? Because, whenever there is an obstacle, you want to climb it up. So I will go with a quote. If life throws stones toward you, don't throw it back, rather build an empire. So since my childhood, I have been facing one after another obstacles. But with the smart thinking, smart planning, we overcome it. And as you know, that obstacles make you more sharpen and your minds become more sharpen and it gives you competitive edge over others. So this is how I feel about this. Whenever some obstacle come and your mind tells you, because mind is mysterious organ in the body, what you think or what you plan, your mental wiring or neurons act like that. So it is better to always plan ahead and try to override the obstacle whatsoever comes in your way. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Augustine. Toastmaster Mariam Aftab, are you available? Toastmaster Mariam? Toastmaster Mariam Aftab? I see you just joined in. Toastmaster Mariam, are you available? So I think everyone else we have in the meeting have some role. We don't have anyone with a non-role. Raise your hand if you would like to participate. This will be the last question.
Actually, Toastmaster Latif is back as Table Topics Master. So,
Toastmaster Latif, we already started the Table Topics session. We already had two speakers. Would you like to take over and ask a few more questions?
I just heard that you're saying that this will be the last topic, right?
Yeah, because we don't have too many.
actually,
but you can, yeah, if you have some topics, you can go, yeah, you can, ask a few questions.
No, it's fine. It's fine, boss. Yeah, it's fine. Let's continue. It's okay. I'm sorry.
Actually, we just had one table topic.
Yes.
Yeah, we just had one table topic speech so far. So.
Okay, so we have Toastmaster Fizal.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Then I'll take care of. I'll start from here.
Okay, Toastmaster Latif, go ahead, please.
Toastmaster Fizal, your topic. You have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Challenges are interesting without obstacles. Challenges are interesting or achievable without obstacles.
I will have to disagree with that, sir, because I think challenges are something they make you up, and they are actually, if you don't have challenges, how will you overcome the obstacles? And you need to have challenges in your life because these actually shape up, these give you courage to cover those obstacles and motivation. And yes, what happens is when those challenges come during those obstacles, it's not easy to overcome it because you lose heart, you lose motivation, you lose direction, you don't know how to go beyond those obstacles. But when you overcome those challenges, when you overcome those obstacles, you look back and you see and you say, I have done this, and you feel proud of yourself. So yes, challenges are, I think there should be challenges, because without challenges we are nothing, and challenges are the one who make obstacles beautiful. So this is what I think, and this is what motivates me to overcome my obstacles. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In de facto way, I wanted to give a challenging topic, so I went in a negative so that you talk positive.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, now may I invite Toastmaster Heba Rais Khan, please, if she can.
Okay, PM Latif. Go ahead, please.
Heba, your topic is, when asked if my cup is half full or half empty, my only response is that I'm thankful I have a cup.
Okay.
I'll repeat again.
Okay. Sure, go ahead.
When asked if my cup is half full or half empty, my only response is that I am thankful I have a cup.
Fellow Toastmasters, I agree that by this statement, I would have to agree that we should be grateful in all circumstances. We should thank God, thank Allah that whatever resources, whatever we have with us is whatever God has blessed us with, we should be thankful always. We should, look at this is a bit political, but I'll go ahead. Look at the Palestine and Israel issue right now. So we all are well aware of what is going on in Palestine and how the people from Israel are just destroying them in many ways. Food is not being food is not provided to food is not given to them, and food is not reached to them, even though many countries are trying to provide aid to them. So we should, and by this I understand that we should be grateful in many ways. We should be thankful, and that's about it.
Can I invite Toastmaster Limund?
Toastmaster Latif, he already responded to a table topics question.
Oh, I thought only one went, right?
Yeah, he was the first
Actually,
speaker.
I missed
Yeah, he was
the first speaker.
He was the first speaker, and Toastmaster Augustine was the second.
Okay. So who would like to join? Ms. Rafat, if you want to, or
Yes.
Toastmaster Iqbal? Okay.
Toastmaster Rafat is the evaluator, table topics
Okay.
evaluator.
Oh, okay. So, Assalamu alaikum. That is the charisma of this cap, huh? I didn't say in Toastmaster meeting Assalamu alaikum, but it came automatic. Okay, Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal, your topic is attitude is a little thing that makes big difference. Attitude is a little thing that makes big difference.
I am audible? Okay. Yes, I am totally agree with your statement that by improving attitude, we get success. In my history of life, which I spent in this world, I see that by improving my attitude, I pass the exams because daydreaming is my fault. And laziness or delay is my bad habit. By improving this, I appreciate the Toastmaster Club. We try to improve by taking short initiatives like roll or by taking my inner faults to overcome and come forward to face the world courageously. Therefore, I say that by improving bad habits, we can face the world and can make the success in every field of life. Therefore, attitude makes very important role in life. Thank you. Over to table topic master.
DTM Talha bin Hamid, Assalamu alaikum.
Wow, alaikum assalam.
Fahim, are you there? Can I invite you? It's okay. We are only 12 members. Come.
Hi, hey.
Okay. You know, behind every reason, there is something, right? So behind this topic, it was only your name. No pressure.
I wonder.
No pressure. No pressure. Okay.
Thanks for that.
Toastmaster Fahim Razak, your topic is dreams require soundless sleep, whereas goals require sleepless efforts. I'll repeat. Dreams require soundless sleep, whereas goals require sleepless efforts. Over to you.
You know, ever since I have tried to achieve something, it has always been the case that if I have a passion for it, I want to do it. But if I don't have a passion for it, if something I have to do it, it gets really hard. Now, I tell you an example. For example, when I was preparing for metric exams and inter exams, I absolutely have no heart into it. I just wanted to get it over with. Okay. My goal was to get it over with. My interest wasn't there at all. But then I realized every time I was going sleepless nights and I was just trying to study, just trying to focus on it without any interest, I was passing. Okay. And passing with good marks. When it came to inter exams, I had this mantra: work smart, not work hard. I don't have to have sleepless nights. I still want to pass my exams. So I did that. Guess what? My percentage went from 79% to, I'm too embarrassed to say here, to 62%. Okay, so work smart doesn't work. You have to have sleepless nights. From then onwards, whether I have interest in something or not, I do hard work if I want to achieve something. So yes, goals do require sleepless nights. If you want to dream nicely, have a good night's sleep. Over to you, sir.
Only the last title was not fair, calling me sir. The rest all was amazing. Let's invite DTM Irfan Farooqi, please, if you can.
Okay.
Your topic is life is about the art of drawing without eraser. So be careful while making decisions about the most valuable pages of your life. I'll repeat. Life is about the art of drawing without eraser. So be careful while making decisions about the most valuable pages of your life. Over to you.
The title that is given to me reminds me of a poem. It was an Urdu poem. And the poet says, my topic is, the title of my poem is, because poems have titles also. So title is, and then he talked a very lonely, dreadful, black night when I was living in mountains and it was snow. The title was very long. And after that, he said, and the poem is, after hearing the topic from you, I think my speech should be, oh, because then that will make a good combination of a title and a speech. That was just a funny line. Coming to the topic, I would say this is absolutely against my thinking about life. Because I have two important feelings of my life. Number one, I don't regret in my life. So I don't need an eraser. If I have done something wrong, I have done something wrong. That's okay. I accept it. It was wrong. I did not do it with any intention. At times, I did it with an intention. I shouldn't have done it. I did it. I don't regret. I had very strong quarrels in my life. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. I have no regrets about it. So I don't need an eraser. Now, if you start thinking, should I do it or should I do it? Should I not do it? That takes the courage of decisions from you. My second opinion is I don't have to be careful while taking decisions. I should be thoughtful, but not careful. Take a decision, be bold. What would go wrong? You see, we lost our friend today, and it was again an ephemera for me too, also. He taught us how to live a healthy life and died at a young age. Live happy, don't worry about your life. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, DTM Irfan. Let me invite Toastmaster Hiritik Kumar. Welcome.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Your topic is the greatest advantage of speaking truth is that you don't have to remember what you said. The greatest advantage of speaking truth is that you don't have to remember what you said. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. So the greatest advantage of speaking truth is you don't really have to remember, is very true in nature. I'll tell you why. Through my story. As a student, I am a person who just cannot stay in one place, who just cannot be, put into one place and make me do one thing all the times, all day long, all week long, or years on end. So for that purpose, I have had, or I have been participating in numerous kinds of extracurricular activities other than my university times. So be it the Citizen Foundation Weber program, Bagban program, the US Missions Pakistan's volunteering program, Shaukat Khanam's volunteering program, Toastmaster activities, and such other volunteering activities. So somehow they clash with my university classes or say university timings. But yes, I have lied, to be honest, to be in those, because the same classes, I can cover up through those slides and I can just, give the test on the given time and I can just compensate my syllabus, my curriculum. But if I actually tell my supervisor or tell my authorized teacher or professor that I went for this purpose, I don't really have to remember it, to be honest. So last night, it is just about last week that I informed my supervisor that I am on a marriage out of city, which I really was. But then I came back 2 days back to Karachi. I don't know why, what just bit me. I suddenly uttered out that I was sick. I don't know why. At one time, there was a happy moment or so for the family occasion, and then I got suddenly sick. These two things are completely on opposite ends of each other, right? So this question is very true in nature. If you actually speak out the truth, you don't really have to remember, and you don't really have to cover it with 10 more lies for that. Back to Toastmaster of the day. Table topic of Toastmaster.
Thank you. So may I request the timer and the vote counter to share the polls and the timing. Thank you.
Yes, I'm not sharing the timing. I'm just stating that everybody qualified because everybody did. I didn't note down individual times. I'm just floating the poll. Actually, as usual, the Zoom polls have crashed for some reason. But I'll be sharing through Google Drive. I'm floating a link in the Zoom chat box, and everyone please vote, and everyone please also vote for the best speaker because too few votes have been received so far. So over to you.
Thank you, timer. Thank you, moderator.
Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM for everything. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif. And thank you for serving as the Table Talks Master. Fellow Toastmasters, we now come to the third and final segment of our meeting, the evaluation section. Leading this segment, please welcome our immediate past president, Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan. Toastmaster Hiba.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, general evaluation is an important part of any Toastmasters session. It is the third part of a session. It helps to provide feedback on different speech levels. General evaluation is divided into three parts. The first will be the prepared speech evaluation. I will be calling the prepared speech evaluators. The first speaker was DTM Sarfaraz Nasir. I'll call upon his evaluator, TM Latif Mansoor Ali, to give the evaluation.
General evaluator, if I have your permission, can I be the second or the third one, please?
Okay. I'll give you the last slot.
Thank you. Thank you. You are very kind.
So the second speaker was TM Kareem Meghani. I call upon his evaluator, TM Ritik Kumar, for the evaluation.
All right. So first speaker is not available. The first evaluator.
No. I'm available, but I just need some time. I was driving. That's why I could not write the notes what I have it here.
No problem. So do we have Toastmaster Kareem Meghani here?
Yes, he is in the.
All right. Right. All right. So I'll start. So Toastmaster Kareem Meghani delivered a project of Pathway Dynamic Leadership Level 5 Lead in Any Situation, and his speech title was Preparing for Future. So at the very beginning, he was very comfortable. He gave a very strong start, probably a thought-provoking one. His speech clarity was as clear as crystal because he spoke in a manner that was processable. Because what many speakers, or not many, often what speakers do is they pace up their speeches. They just have to deliver a lot of content in their specific time. But TM Kareem Meghani did a good job here. He spoke very well throughout his speech, and he gave pauses as well, which add more value, which add more concentration of the listeners to the speech giver. He also had a great gesture. His body language was open. He had a great preparation of his speech overall. These were the positive things to add on. So what TM Kareem Meghani you could work on more, in my humble opinion, is that you also could add more rhetorical questions, right? There were one or two, but yes, if you add more of them, the audience automatically get engaged in that, right? So it was about just preparing for future. So how do you prepare for future? That is something which will automatically hook the audience, even if there is someone who is not giving 100% attention to what you're saying for whatsoever reasons. That person will automatically get drawn to you, right? So more rhetorical questions could be added. You I noticed that you did smile in parts of his speeches. So this topic was something which was optimistic in nature, right? Preparing for future. So what I would suggest is, what could happen there is smile throughout your speech, throughout your entire course of your speech. Not just smile, but maintain a positive demeanor. It was at some point it was a little serious thing. It was, more like just a story, just a normal thing. So it could, if it could have been more charismatic in the facial expressions, it could have a lot more impact, a positive impact, right? So yeah, and a more vocal variety could have also been added. So for example, it was a kind of little monotonous, not at all, but yes, at some point it became monotonous tone, right? That could be the things you could work on. And to challenge yourself, I would really suggest some props could have also been used, right? That would add more content, more weight to your performance of your speech. Some play or some act, some, the two-person dialogue that could have been there with your past self, with the future self. So these are the things you could work on. Thank you so much. Back to you, the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Now I call upon DTM Talha's evaluator, TM Fahim Razak, for the evaluation.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. DTM Talha. I could not think of a better person who could have spoken about so beautifully about our beloved DTM Raghu, who we all heard he sadly passed away. A magnanimous personality like that needs an obituary from a magnanimous personality like you, and you did that justice by the way you spoke. I really like the way you started your speech, because you connected with all of us, those who know Raghu well, or those who even don't know Raghu, right? We all woke up to that news in the morning, and that's where you started from. When we all looked up at our WhatsApp messages, so many WhatsApp messages, you obviously had so much more than we had. But the way you connected to it, you went through it. And that's what we all had this morning. So I was kind of reliving that moment whilst you were speaking. And then you touch upon that. That's my first thing that happened. Really unbelievable what happened. And these are the messages that you had from people. What happened? Tell us how. And then again, the way you described it was beautiful. Now, you said, obviously, this news, we all received it this morning. So you must not have had time to prepare the speech, a proper speech, right? Because obviously you would have gone to work straight away to office and everything. But your speech didn't reflect that. But that, again, just shows your mastery of the words and your experience in crafting speeches. So kudos to you on that. Now, 7 minutes, 30 seconds is nothing for an obituary of such a person. But once again, the way you structured the sentences, the words, and your speech reflected all aspects of DTM Raghu. Now, in terms of development, DTM Talha, I remember your speech where you talked about your father and him passing on. When I heard that speech, I was so connected to it right through the end. Now, obviously, that was about your father, okay? So that's a different, very close person to you, very close family member. You can't expect the same emotions. Let's be frank here. But then there was another thing that I noticed, what it was missing in this one. And the end, in your speech about your father, you went very, very quiet at the end. You were almost kind of whispering the words. And I thought if you had brought that same effect in this speech, like right at the end, just give us your personal connection with Raghu, but in a voice that is very, very sad and very slow. But I think overall it was very, very good. Nobody could have done a better job. And thank you for speaking about DTM Raghu on behalf of all of us. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Now I call upon DTM Sarfaraz Nazir's evaluator TM Latif Mansoor Ali for the evaluation.
General Evaluator. Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir, thank you very much for enlightening us again and again that obstacles will never fail to return in our life. They will come what so may ever happen. So I love the speech. I love the concept. I love the way you express the obstacles. You took us back to our school days. You made us realize that we all have obstacles from our first day we step into the life of learning. Now, you had a good gestures when you were having that race. You showed the boy who was pulling you. We were just observing you each and every step of that race and getting off from the obstacles. Now, if it had for the first level, third speech, I would have not comment after that. I would have all given the encouragement. But knowing the DTM Sarfaraz, the world champion of public speaking, stage holder, I will give my feedback. When you said that I jumped over the first desk and I wanted to go beyond, by now you know that I was the first. Had you picturized that, saying, as I jumped and looked back, I was the ahead of everyone. So by the time you know means you have to make sure that we have lost some space of your speech. But if you said, I look back and everyone was behind, I was wanted to be at the first, would have made me walk with you during the speech. Now, I felt that when you said I end without the trophy, and I learned 3 things. I just recalled, was DTM Sarfaraz so smart at that young age? No, it cannot be. Because that was the first time when he lost it. So this was the best moment where you could have brought your parents into that. That after the race, my father and my mother told me and reminded me of this race each and every time I was pushed back, fallen. That you remember, though you did not qualify, but you learned this lesson. That would have made that touching moment to all the audience. Let me conclude. Your hand gestures, word clarity, speech, everything was picture perfect. Little bit of more drama and adding the character who gave you this light that you have to face the obstacles every now and then would have made the speech to the next level. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, moving on. Before I move on to the second part, have all the evaluators qualified for time?
Yes, they have. I'm just floating the poll.
Okay. Now I'll move on to the second part of the general evaluation, that is the table topic evaluation. So I call upon TM Rafat Mubin for the table topic evaluation.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. First, evaluation is the most unique part of Toastmaster program, which provide opportunity to enhance skill. The first speaker is Toastmaster Limon. The topic is obstacle in life. He started the speech with his own town, Tharparkar, tried to overcome different positions. His most difficult obstacle is to cook meal. Difficult to prepare meal because he is mom child. But now, with the passage of time, he is a very good cook. He discussed that after confirmation of corona in 2021, he shifted to isolate was one of challenge. He physically overcome the challenge. The next speaker is Toastmaster Augustine. To overcome obstacle, to push through. He, since his childhood, faced obstacle as, according to him, obstacle make him sharper and smarter. It is better for a person to use obstacle as an opportunity to face challenges to win them. The next speaker is Toastmaster Fiza. Challenges without obstacle. Challenges shape us. According to her, challenges shape us to overcome obstacle. Challenges make obstacle beautiful, memorable, and meaningful. The next is Toastmaster Heba. Cup is half empty or half full. Thankful, she is thankful to Almighty Allah who blessed enormous bounties. He discussed scarcity of food and amenities and showed her regret over them to Palestine people. Next speaker is Toastmaster Iqbal. Attitude makes big difference. Improving attitude, according to him, by improving his attitude, he changed the world. By fault, according to him, by fault, he is daydreamer. Attitude means important role because we change ourselves by change of attitude. Next speaker is Toastmaster Razak. Dreams require soundless sleep. Goals require sleepless efforts. Initially, Toastmaster Fahim Razak need patience to do particular things he can do, but which means that patience is essential for him to do anything. But later on, he do everything everywhere without any patience. Patience. The next is Toastmaster DTM Irfan Faruqi. Most valuable pages of life. Thinking about life. He never regretted in life. Have a struggle to acquire. No need to erase because he used this as a challenge. He has courage to do decision and he has also challenged according to him. He has also have a ability to take bold decision. The next Toastmaster is Toastmaster Arithik. Greatest advantage of speaking truth. Toastmaster Arithik explained his own story involved enormous type of he told that he was involved enormous type of extracurricular activities. According to him, if you especially tell a truth, no worry, but if you have told something other than, you have to do number of false statements. With this, I have concluded my table topic evaluation. Over to Madam Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan.
Okay, now moving on to the third part of the general evaluation, I'll call the facilitators one by one. The first facilitator is the grammarian TM Fiza Aziz. I'll be asking for the word master report as well from her.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Today's word was epiphany, and I have noted down about who have used this word. Epiphany means sudden realization. DTM Talha, he used this word thrice, and TM Sarfraz, he used this word twice, and that's it. None else used this word. And the grammarian report is everybody, they did well. I loved TM Kareem's speech because he used so many new words like aspiring and acquiring, and I think he was using pretty good words. So was TM Fahim, so was TM Latif. Everybody, the report, the pronunciation was good. Yes, there was a bit of pronunciation from TM Limon, but it's okay. He will improve. So thank you so much. And this is my report.
Now I'll call upon the timer for his report. So DTM Talha bin Amit, can I have your report?
Yeah. So as timer, I noted down the time of the speeches, the evaluations, and table topics, and everybody qualified. There was no time disqualifications today, which indicates a great job. We are behind schedule in the meeting since I was not in the start, so I don't know by how much delay we started, but I think that is one of the causes. Also, we exceeded the quota for table topics. It was originally 10 minutes, which is always very optimistic because once the table topic session starts, everyone wants to participate. So perhaps a greater allowance for table topics will need to be made. But here's an alert to everyone that we need to be much more disciplined about timing going forward. That's why I also timed the table topics evaluation today. Because in the coming meetings, we may need to shift to a new venue, which will be stringent about times. So that's my report. Over to you.
Moving on to the R counter. So I call upon TM Iqbal for his report.
Thank you. DTM Sarfraz Nadir nil. Toastmasters Kareem Meghani nil. DTM Talha bin Hamid nil. Toastmaster Limon Chaglani 3 hours, 1 you know, and 1 more up. Toastmaster Augustine nil. Toastmaster Fida Aziz nil. Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan nil. Toastmaster Fahim Razak nil. DTM Irfan Faruqi nil. Toastmaster Ritik Kumar nil. Toastmaster Fahim Razak nil. Toastmaster Latif Mansur Ali nil. Toastmaster Rafat Mubin nil.
Since Toastmaster Iqbal was late, this assignment was given to me. I have prepared a report, and my report is quite different from Toastmaster Iqbal. Would you like to listen my report as well, or happy with the report already
No,
shared?
you can go ahead. You can go ahead, TM Irfan, DTM Irfan.
So thank you very much. I'm sorry, but my report may not look very good to many people. Let me say it. For instance, Toastmaster, I'm just writing the name the way I have written, not any sequence. Toastmaster Sarfraz was very high on pauses. Again, he takes pauses when he is thinking what to say. So I noted at least 5 pauses and one word as and ers. Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, ums 1, pauses 3 times, so 2 times. Toastmaster Talha, ers 8 times, but 1 time, yeah 5 times. Toastmaster Saad did not speak much. Toastmaster Ritik came twice on the stage. So his total score with ah and ums is 5. He took 1 pauses, you know 2 times, so 5 times, but 2 times, repeated words like I, and long presentation of a word, I, and then he used the word right 8 times, right, things like that. He used the word right 8 times. Toastmaster Fizza came twice. His ahs and ums were 2, pauses 1, so 2 times, and he once used a long U like you. Kareem Meghani, no ahs and ums, 1 pause, 3 times, you know. Toastmaster Augustine, 2 times, you know, 4 times, so, 1 time, but. Toastmaster Limon, ahs and ums 18 times, so 8 times, like 3 times, I once. Toastmaster Fahim Razak, ahs and ums 10 times, you know once, so 2 times, use the word right, repeated words like for, very, very, and also used long words like I type. Hiba Rais Khan, ahs and ums once, you know 2 times, so 3 times, but 1 time, also used the long words, and long words she used 9 times long words like these, in this way. We, Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal, 3 times pauses. Although I was not able to properly listen to Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal because voice was too low, despite my concentration, I was not able to properly listen. And Toastmaster Rifat Mubin was the last person I observed. She had 8 pauses, and as a general, when she talks, she doesn't complete one sentence. She, after every 2-3 words, she stops and then completes the sentence. So that is how there were many pauses in it. And she used the word but 2 times also. So that was report from my side. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Okay. Now it's time for my part of the report. Overall, it has been a smooth session without any glitches or technical problems. We could work more on starting on time. Other than that, everything was organized well by the XCOM. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening, DTM Sarfaraz.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan. The meeting time, if I'm not mistaken, was published or promoted as starting at 7 p.m. Pakistan time. Is that correct, DTM Talha? So there were few of us present at that time. The meeting officially started at 8:04. It was called to order at 8:04, 4 minutes. So if the starting time was 7:04, not 8 Pakistan time. So if the meeting start time was 7, then meeting started on time within 5 minutes of it. The only, unfortunately, the issue was that our Toastmasters who were on the agenda as role players were not available. The ones that were available did not have any roles. So we started the meeting, and those that did not have any roles took the roles. So either it was permanent or temporary, on the assumption that maybe the role holder will join us late.
Okay, so I'm sorry from my behalf.
No,
that
yeah.
I joined
Yeah, so we did
7:10.
Yeah, so we had started. Yeah, so we went ahead and started the meeting, and we had already discussion general. We moved into the presidential section. We did not have any guests to introduce, but everyone had the opportunity to speak while we were waiting for the speakers to show up for the first segment. The theme was obstacles, and as we have discussed, that obstacles are a fact of life. They are not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be embraced and overcome. By approaching obstacles with the right mindset, by being persistent and resilient, we can overcome any challenge that comes our way. We should face our obstacles head on, knowing that on the other side lies success, growth, and a stronger, more resilient version of ourselves. That concludes our 3 segments. At this time, I'll turn the control of the meeting to our presiding officer. Please take a moment and vote for the best speaker, best table topic speaker, best evaluator, best facilitator, and the best of Big Four as the votes are provided. Any announcements, DTM Talha, in terms of VP Education or about the venue?
Yes, certainly. The first announcement is that as I float this particular poll, the best Big Four, I've had to change only one name in this poll from a previous meeting where I had to use Zoom poll, which was an online only meeting. This indicates that members are, the same few members are taking up roles again and again. Several other members do attend, but they do not take up roles, they're assigned roles. So this needs to change if we are to have engaging meetings. The second announcement is that quite possibly, we will have a new venue by next week. It will be the Pakistan American Cultural Center. It's a much more central location. It's on Fatma Jinnah Road, near Freer Hall, behind Freer Hall, in fact. And we trust that it will be a much more reachable location. The upshot or the downside, depending on the way you look at it, is that the location comes with timing constraints. So we'll have to start the meeting at 6:30 and we'll have to end by 8:15 or 8:30. Between the ExCom, we've already worked out a formula on how to have maximum number of speeches and also accommodate these timings. So our president has come up with a magical wizardry of numbers. But for that to happen, we all, each and every one of us, will need to be much more disciplined in our meeting rules. It's nothing unsurmountable. And yes, perhaps the time that we'll allocate to the prepared speeches session will be, for the first time in KTC history, will be capped at 60 minutes. If we have made speeches going beyond that allowance, we will accommodate those through a separate online meeting at the weekend, as we used to do earlier as well. So this is the major announcement. Why are we switching venue? Because of 2 reasons. First of all, too few people, and that is the primary reason. I'll insist that the price increase is not the primary reason. The main reason is that too few people came at Beach Luxury Hotel, and the bill of the minimum charges was spread between too few people again, and some members had to pay out of their pockets. Also, it didn't present a pretty picture to the guest who just saw 5 or 6 people at the physical location and 12 or 13 people online. So that is also a message to each and every one who is in Karachi and who's listening, that please, in order to make these meetings successful, you need to turn up physically in KTC meetings. Now, hopefully we'll have a better location as well. And on top of that, that location may come. The stress is on may, because we haven't finalized anything yet, may come with lower meeting charges. But even despite that, if we don't have enough attendance, that we have no choice but to continue with online meetings. So if you really like in-person meetings, if you like the magic of the interaction, if you like this physical stage, put your money where your mouth is and come to physical meetings. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. And we do not have any non-Toastmaster guests, and we have guests who are Toastmasters, but they've already had an opportunity to speak, so I'm not going to invite them for their comments unless someone wishes to do so. And that includes DTM Irfan Farooqi and Toastmaster Augustine and DTM Saad Shoaib. If they would like to say a few words, they are welcome. Yeah, DTM Talha, we were ready with the announcement of the winners.
Yes.
Please go.
Yes,
please
we
go.
are.
Please go ahead.
All right. So yeah, another two filler words in 2 seconds. I'll try to avoid those now. DTM Irfan Farooqi has made all of us conscious. Best prepared speaker, but he's counting pauses too. Now, where are we supposed to go? DTM Sarfraz, you advise us, because pauses are what we use to disguise the filler words. Anyhow, best prepared speaker goes to myself. Thank you so much, but I think it really goes to DTM Raghu. Best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Hiba Reis Khan. Congratulations. Best evaluation, I'll need to pull up the poll for Zoom. Best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Latif. Congratulations. Best Big Four goes to Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Sarfraz. And best facilitator, to no one's surprise, goes to our co-accountants, DTM Irfan Farooqi and Toastmaster Iqbal. So those are the winners. Over to you, DTM Sarfraz.
Thank you, DTM Talha. Well, thank you, fellow Toastmasters, for joining us. We had a good meeting, if we don't call it a great meeting. 3 speakers, which is not bad. Many Toastmasters clubs do not have any speaker, 0 speaker or 1 speaker. So 3 is not bad. But from a Karachi Toastmaster Club point of view, 3 is not good, because we are used to having 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And as DTM Talha mentioned, in the future, if we have a number of speakers wishing to speak, we'll start having a speakathon. I remember participating in the first speakathon, and I guess the awards were cups with a Toastmaster logo on it. Is that correct? VP Education, yeah. So perhaps we'll limit the number of speakers if the total time has to be kept in mind. If we move to the venue where we have to stop by 8:30. Thank you for joining, and thank you for participating. And we look forward to seeing you again, same time next week. Until then, Allah Hafiz. If anyone has something to say, please, Toastmaster Latif, go ahead.
No, this was Allah Hafiz.
Okay. So the meeting is now officially adjourned.
DTM Sarfraz.
Yes, go ahead.
There's some soul searching in 2023 or ending by 2024. We have